All right, good morning, folks. We're back. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check Facebook 1 2 1 2. What's going on? Good morning, folks. Mic check. Mic check. All right, 2. There we go. See, we're doing a little earlier throughout the week as an educator. You know, this is that month now where there's a lot of new things happening. So, as I always do, I'm gonna make adjustments and still get done what needs to get done. I'm going to get done what needs to get done out here. Give me a second here. Let me just get everything shared out. Oh, whoops. We gonna get done what needs to get done. What a weekend. All right, mic check. What needs to get done? All right, we're here. Everyone's live. Everyone's alive and direct. I know you like that thumbnail. Shout out to Chat GPT for really growing the brand, incentivizing and cutting my work time a whole lot shorter with the right prompts and all that. Hold on, let me get a sip of coffee here and right into it. Good morning. Great morning. Depending on the time of day, whatever time of day you happen to be consuming this, happy day to you. Great that you're here and all that good stuff. All right, first and foremost, let me just introduce myself to anybody that is maybe new to my world and what I'm about and everything like that. First and foremost, my name, it's As1 Crookshank. I am your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, former Division I college football player and current 5-time, soon to be 6-time published author and educator. And I created this whole brand, this whole philosophy, this whole mindset, this whole way of thinking that's all about taking the innovative teamwork lessons that you learned on the football field and aligning them with businesses and business owners, more in particular business owners that want a group of employees and a staff that has that same passion, that same philosophy, that same eagerness to them that a youth or a high school championship football team has. That's what we do around here. We translate that energy. We translate that energy that you see when you see championship high school and youth football teams. You translate that energy into the workplace, so you have a business that has that group of employees that moves with that efficiency, is that eager, that hunger, that grind, that they show up every single day to get the job done. That's what we do around here in a nutshell. So today is Make Your Move Monday! Make Your Move Monday. What we do every single Monday is we start Make Your Move Monday. We start every Monday, but just like you would start a football game with a kick-off question. Very thought-provoking question that is meant to give you something to think about, give you something to have throughout your week, throughout your day, throughout whatever it is. Like I said, whatever it is you consume this. And by the way, if you are new around here, understand 98 to 99% of the stuff that I do, that this channel is all about, is evergreen material. So regardless of when you consume it, it's 2025 when it's being recorded, it's going to be just as valuable in 2035. It's going to be just as valuable in 3025. As long as the internet's around, as long as there's access to this recording, it will be valuable to you because it's evergreen material that we do around here. 99% of the time, it's evergreen. All right. So all that being said, like I mentioned, every single Monday we have something called a kickoff question. Oh, man, I gotta get this laptop. I don't like the way it's looking. Hold on, okay, I don't like to, you gotta utilize the stuff. Hold on real quick. I don't like the way it's looking. God said be stewards of the things we have, good stewards of the things we have. And I don't like seeing my laptop have a little dust here and there, so you guys already see what I'm about. Details. I sweat the details. I do sweat the details. All right. So, like I mentioned, we start off with a kickoff question, and today you see it right there on the screen. It's all about how do you publicly align yourself. So, before I get into it, and before I tell you how I came up with the idea and the theme and all that kind of stuff, let me get through some announcements real quick, because I do have a habit at times to get so into the topic and be ready to talk about the topic so much that I forget to give announcements and things of that nature. So, first and foremost, as I mentioned in the intro, if you are a business owner, if you have not yet, be sure you go to freeguide.makeyourmove.com. That is freeguide.makeyourmove.com. If you are sick and tired of turnover, you want your retention rates or your employee retention rates to increase. You're tired of losing people over and over to the point where replacing people is starting to eat away at your profits. This is for you. All right. It's freeguide.makeyourmove.com. Simply put in your information and you will get a free guide sent to you where we've broken it down into a basic math problem, establishing measurables plus creating a professional distance. And that is going to create the productive environment that you need. My promise to you, again, that championship high school or youth football team, they have those two things very well intact. They establish measurables week by week. We want to be here. We want to be competing. We want to be winning this percentage. We want to be winning on the ground. We want to have this many yards. Week by week, there's measurables established going into practice, going into every game, and there's a professional distance. As much as you love your coaches as players love their coaches love their players. As much as it is like that, there's a professional distance to where, okay, if you miss this block, or if you drop this pass, or if you miss this throw, you throw this interception, you will get your ass chewed out. I mean, your ass handed to you by this same coach that loves you very much. That's what I mean when I say professional distance. You as a business owner, you need to have that professional distance. You have those two things intact. You add them together, the productive environment starts happening for you. All right. So again, it's freeguide.makeyourmove.com. Now, if you like what I'm all about, you like my edge, you like what everything you've already heard, and you're ready to pull the trigger as a business owner, and you want me to come to your business right now and teach your staff, teach your group of employees how to walk around with this energy, this hunger, this passion, this absolute dog in them. All right. Just simply go to makeyourmove.com and you can go ahead and book me to speak there. You can do all the research you need on me, the topic of my keynotes, what I'm all about, the way I go about. Again, I'm flexible in regards to how you want to do it as a business owner, because everything is going to be about what your vision is for your company and how I'm able to implement my system into your company so you can get the most out of your employees. That's how it works. So it's makeyourmove.com, do all your research, and then you can go ahead and purchase whatever it is you would like to purchase right there on the spot, or book a meeting with me and we can go from there. Also, boxing lessons. I have opened that back up. I've broken it down. I'm selling them in packs of 6. It's $150 for 6 sessions. If you're outside of the West Palm Beach area, then you are responsible. You're responsible for the travel expenses as well. But it's a total of 6 sessions. And if you are part of my life group, my free boxing, you get a discount on those on those sessions as well, if you would like to go ahead and do that. And also, okay, don't worry about it. I have the shirt coming in. Don't worry, I'm going to be shooting the promo video later on today. I have it, but I haven't opened it up yet. I have my prototype, but if you like the logo on this shirt, if you like what this is all about, get your Wintrapreneur t-shirts. We are building a community, building an army of Wintrapreneurs around here. We're going to be doing something with them. The first step is to get you a t-shirt, man. Get a t-shirt. Wintrapreneur tees. They're available on makeyourmove.com. It's wrapped up in the boxing gloves. They got the bow with the plus LY. I absolutely love it because it was ChatGPT that helped me. Not only ChatGPT, but also I teach. I teach at the school named the Center for Creative Education, and I was around the kids and I was asking them their input, because whenever people see me with that plus LY logo, they think that I work at a preschool or something like that. It looks like something that's at a preschool, and it's funny because that I teach at an elementary school, but also before that, I taught at a daycare. That's kind of how I got in. And I was teaching kids how to box. That's how I got in the business. And that plus LY logo, I'm always getting asked about, okay, can I send my kids here, stuff like that. So it was actually the kids that were helping me come up with that logo that I teach now and that I teach at now and all that. So it's great to see it's on the market. Again, it's only $35. Get your Entrepreneur t-shirt, whether it's for you or a kid or anything like that. It's all there on makeitmove.com/shop. All right. So we got. All right, let's go. Let's get into today's Make It Move kickoff question. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? Because I haven't even listened to it. I'm going to let the Move Swiftly thought play for a second because we're doing it a little earlier than I normally do it. So I'm going to let this morning's Move Swiftly thought play. And I'm going to get some coffee and I'll let this play. And as we play, I'll let that play. And then I will. Okay. Let's get it. It's Juan Cruikshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork you will not get anywhere else. Where we do not teach you to rise to the occasion, but what we do teach you is how to fall to your level of preparation. Falling to your level, preparation, day in and day out, prepping yourself for the opportunity. If you're not ready, don't expect anything, any positive things to happen for you, all right? Get me a little excited seeing that we're at another Monday, June 16th, 2025, day after Father's Day. So there's a little battery pack, right? Battery in my back. Seeing that was a lot of great, unbelievable energy, not only yesterday, but throughout the entire weekend. Some unbelievable energy where the dads of the world and even the single moms who have to be mommy and daddy, I feed off their energy. This business, this brand, this whole company, this whole philosophy, this whole mindset was built off that concept of being a leader, being a parent, being an educator, being a thought leader in your household, in every situation that you got to be in. Feel blessed to have lived through some unbelievable opportunities, have some incredible people to look up to, and I feel blessed day in and day out to be able to share that knowledge with the world, all right? So, all that being said, today's Make It Move kickoff question / today's Move Swiftly thoughts is, how are you publicly aligning yourself? How do you publicly align yourself? Now, if you don't know what I mean when I say that, it's okay. Make sure you're liking, comment, subscribing to this channel because we're going to be diving through all of this throughout the entire week. All right? This is coming about a week after the decision has been made when it comes in regards to college athletics, in particular college football, because that's the most revenue generating sport, where there's now been a new governing body named the College Sports Commission. The NCAA has reached a settlement where they're giving out, I believe it's $2 billion to $2.28 billion to former athletes. I believe they play the ones that played from 2016 to now. I think I heard one of the players who's going to be receiving a check. I heard him on some show, and I think he said he's getting a check for like $20 or something like that. That's how many college athletes have played, right? So, it sounds like a lot, but when you're divvying it up to everybody that played played in college from 2016, that's like, you're not going to get a whole lot, but it's something, it's cool. So the reason I'm bringing all this up is because when it comes to the Make It Move kickoff question and the business I run and how I actually built this system, philosophy, and creating this system based on those lessons. So when you see newsworthy things and you see most of the views that even come from this very channel, it's coming when I'm commenting on things that are relevant in the college football world. So the way, again, for those of you who don't know, this is how it works. I put out a Make It Move kickoff question that's thought-provoking, and then I answer it for myself here and in the live stream where I'm going to be diving deeper into it and aligning myself and kind of reading through the article so you guys have a case study, an example of how you could apply it to your lives. But when it comes to the College Sports Commission, I publicly align myself by showing how qualified I am and making it as public and making it public information. So when people are out there searching the internet, searching for people who can help with innovative ideas, help with anything in regards to the growth and the development and the security of the game, when they see me and they see my content, it's already aligned and it's already there. Okay, this is an incredible opportunity for you. All right, for you. If you are of that person that wants to do some major things, the public alignment, the creating a public alignment. I'm not saying you have to go and put out thousands of videos on YouTube like I do, but there does need to be something that is public, that whoever is responsible for the outreach of whatever organization you're looking to work with, they're able to find you and you're able to put yourself in a situation in which they can find you and see how qualified you are. If you're not doing these things, then excuse me. Again, I'm still getting over a bit of a congestion issue that I had all weekend, but still doing what I need to do. If you're not doing these things, then again, it's like you're not there. That's the bottom line to it, is when it comes to public alignment, make sure you figure out where you align, what you believe in, what cause you want to help, and then figure out how to put your stuff out there in a public fashion. So in case somebody is looking through or somebody puts something out there, or you have links that you can send out to people and cold call people and cold email people, whatever it is, you have certain things that are ready and your confidence develops through the things that are already out there. And then you start seeing opportunities come up over and over and over again that wouldn't have been there had you not taken the mindset of publicly aligning yourself with certain causes and issues. So again, I'll dive deeper into all this in the live stream later. Just make sure you tap in there. Main website to check out to dive. All right, let's get into it. I need to give myself a moment there to get some water, get some coffee in me, and really adjust, because I spoke about it this morning, and I think it is important, especially if you're new around here, or if you're understanding what is important when it comes to the Mondays and how you have to develop a mindset, unlike, let's say, 95% of the world that think Mondays are such a bad thing. All right. The Mondays is not a bad. Mondays is like a fresh start. It's a fresh opportunity. It's an opportunity for you to make the most out of your day, but more importantly, start your week off on the right track, mentally, physically, spiritually, so you don't, run into this victimism, or run into this world where, so like I said, 75, probably closer to 85% of the world is trying to make it seem like Mondays are such a bad thing because you gotta go back to work. Like 9-to-5ers, you hear 9-to-5ers walk around with this mindset. Oh, you have a case of the Mondays. Oh my God, it's Mondays. And if you hear that too much and you allow your kids to see that mentality, to take that approach to life, it's an ugly reality. It's an ugly truth that you're already giving and feeding to your kids when it comes to Monday. So Mondays around here in the Move Swiftly world, it's very important that we treat Mondays as if it's the best day out there, the best day of the week, because we want to make sure we're going against the opposites. I remember actually I was actually being interviewed on a podcast yesterday, and the shout out to Jennifer Sheets and the Workforce Podcast and all that. And she had asked me, what advice do you give business owners that are trying to build or trying to do something significant? And I quoted my guy Dre Baldwin in terms of the opportunity is in the opposite. All right. The opportunities in the opposite. So when you are thinking about a group of people, a large group of people, a huge group of people, a large percentage of people who are all about, oh my God, I hate Mondays. It's Mondays, yada, 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 all that jazz. Okay. The opposite is teach your kids to love Mondays, teach your kids to love work, teach your kids to love what they do, to love the opportunity to get to go to work. All right. So all that being said, let's get to the article today. And we will, if you don't know, what I do is I read through the articles Monday through Wednesday. I'll read through the articles and, give my commentary on it. Thursday is normally a recap. Friday, we go faith-based Friday. Saturday, we get up in that film room with the film session. Saturday and Sunday, it is Stay Hired Sunday. So we have a system around here that's working even when I'm asleep. Right. It's a systematic approach to where you're not the problem with me running out of content, running out of things to say. That will not be a problem because everything is systematically in place, and the system and the discipline, all of that structure, all of that stuff has come over time. So, I have seen and felt the growth of myself in regards to how I put out my content. So, all that being said, let's get to the article, and then we'll go from there. All right. So, Make Your Move Monday. How do you publicly align yourself? Teaching business owners how to build like a championship team. Move Swift plus LY. All right, here we are. Another Make Your Move Monday. That means it's time for a fresh kickoff question to get the week started right. These questions are meant to be more than motivational fluff. They're here to challenge you, reflect, realign, and take strategic steps towards your goals. Today's question: how do you publicly align yourself? Aligning yourself is one thing. Doing it publicly is something else entirely. All right, here we go. Let me just make sure I address that. Aligning yourself, saying you want to do something in your private inner circles, and saying, I've been a ton of college, I've had a ton of these conversations, and say, oh man, I really wish I could do this, and I really hope to do this one day, and it'll be really cool if I could do it. Just having little chit chats with your friends. That's a private, comfortable way of sharing your goals and sharing your dreams. When you're doing it in a public setting where everyone's competition, you get thousands upon thousands of people trying to do the same thing and doing it in a public fashion, that's when you got to believe. You got to really believe now. You got to really believe if you're qualified. You got to actually really believe and bet on yourself and double down on yourself, because you start seeing people who are out to, compete with you and who are at the many ways they're going to be better than you because they have some years on you and they know how to work this and work that. Even in this case, I mean, when I first started doing these shows and doing these live streams, I didn't know how to do a split screen and, make it so I'm doing screen recordings and I could, post this and clip that. I didn't know how to do any of that shit. All right. But what happened? Started to develop, started to understand, hey, I got to humble myself if I'm really trying to, get myself together and sell books and be a thought leader and own it, and seeing that I own intellectual property. And because of my work, I want, some system to change out there and all that stuff. Now I got to humble myself and learn from the folks that have done it before, and then put my own spin to it, put my own brand to it, put my own flaws to it, put my own little gloss to it, and say, okay, you're one and only Move Swiftly Speaking, and come and do it your whole new way. Right. The reason I do it the way I do it, like I just said in the Move Swiftly Thought, is so you guys have a case study. It's right there. It's right here that you guys can look me up and look everything I'm doing and say, okay, I like how he's doing it, because these are the ways that some folks have done it for me. Right. Some of the people that I speak about very frequently on the internet, they have done it for me. As I've learned, I've sat back and I watched them how they did this, and I'm going to implement it in my system. All right. And that takes putting yourself out there publicly. That's what made me stop in that point, is aligning yourself. Just aligning yourself with is one thing, but doing it publicly is something else entirely. The question you got to be asking yourself there is, am I really putting myself out there? Am I really putting my best foot forward? Am I really going after the things I want and doing everything I can to get myself in a better position and be set up in a better position? Or am I talking tough when I'm around my friends? Am I the one that's only talking in terms of how bad I want a certain thing when I'm around a group of peers that I feel comfortable with? 9 times out of 10, you're going to get the latter. You're going to get the people that do a whole lot of talking, a whole lot of bullshit, start talking a whole lot of bullshit when they're around their friends. But when it comes to actually stepping out there and doing things that are going to be out of their comfort zone, where they got to meet someone that don't look like them and don't share their philosophies, and they got to prove their point and all that, that's when you start to set, like my say all the time when I was in youth football. So you start to separate from the boys. That's where you start separating the boys from the men right there, boy. Come on now. All right, so here we go. Back to the article. When you go public with your values, mission, and your vision, it hits different. The highs are incredible. And again, this is going to go right to the point that I just made. So the highs are incredible to be out there, and people are feeling your work and people are loving what you do. But the lows can shake you to your public alignment is for everyone. Believe me, I've lived it. Public alignment isn't for everyone. It is, and I'm not here to, and no one's going to think any less of you if this isn't for you, all right? Public alignment, putting yourself out there publicly, telling your story, telling your insecurities, telling people out there that you don't know a lot of things about you that really happen, that hurt you to your core, that is the reason that you move and things like that. That stuff can absolutely shake you. Now, again, the highs are unbelievable. The highs are great because when people buy your stuff and I get a message or I get a comment, I get something where people are like, man, I really heard what you said the other day and that really meant a lot because I was going through this and going through that. Those are unbelievable moments, and I would not trade them for anything. But the lows, when you really put yourself out there and you get a double middle finger or get ignored by people that you love, or just basically get shoved off and brushed off and things like that, those lows absolutely break your heart. They can break your heart if you don't have the right support system. I will say it as often as I possibly can. Have I not have the mother that I have, and I'm so grateful to the mother that I have for helping me through so much of these situations. So grateful for the girlfriend I have now, helping me through situations, helping me deal with things that would have broken me. But that support is so absolutely important if you're going to be out there being a public figure. Because being a public figure, it comes with a whole lot of shit that you got to deal with, and the support system has got to be in place. All right. So let's get back into it. When you go public with your values, your mission, and your vision, it hits different. The highs are incredible, but the lows can shake you to your core. Public alignment isn't for everyone. Believe me, I've lived it. But before I give you my answer, let me tell you where this question came from. All right, here it is. This is the meat and potatoes of why your one and only Move Swiftly speaker will never run out of content, because I pay attention, folks. Pay attention. I align myself. I see stuff going on and say, okay, I like how you move in there, and I'm gonna figure out a way to put myself in better position to be this and that. So let me just read this, because this is true factual stories. All right. So let me tell you where this question came from. A few weeks ago, President Donald Trump gave a commencement speech at the University of Alabama. And who introduced him? None other than the legendary football coach, Nick Saban, the GOAT, right? The GOAT among, a lot of people. Me personally, I consider Bobby Bowden as the GOAT, but you're going to get a lot of pushback with, some of the Alabama folks. And I can't even don't really have an argument as much, because Bobby Bowden, it's more of a personal thing. A lot of people understand about me. I'm a Michigan fan, diehard Michigan fan. But if I had to pick a second team, it'd be the Florida State Seminoles. And because of that, I'm more tuned into the Bobby Bowden of the world. And I grew up in Maryland, so ACC, Florida State, that was the squad. That was the squad. So anyway, I'm getting distracted here, but it's just going to show you why me and college football have such a beautiful, beautiful partnership and relationship. Anything going on in college football, I'm going to get distracted. Okay, this is me. That's me. Then you talking my language when you start talking college football. All right. Let me focus up. None other than legendary coach Nick Saban. Around that time, rumors were swirling about a new governing body forming to oversee college football and enforce consistent rules across the sport. I was fired up. As someone who grew up playing linebacker in Maryland, scouted high school football, and built a business around leadership development through sports, this was right in my wheelhouse. I even wrote an article putting my name in the ring to be a part of the new governing structure. It's right here, folks. It is right here. It's right here. Go look it up. All right. Look at the date, May 10th, 2025. Why Trump and Saban just validated everything I've been building. I'm not going to read through the whole thing, but this right here is what I put out when all of that stuff came out. When all of that stuff came out about Trump and President Trump and Nick Saban potentially creating some sort of college football commission and doing something like that. Like, all of that started to come out. It's like, wait a minute. I live in the same area that President Donald Trump lives in. I built a business based around college football and stuff like that. I'm from the DMV. This is where I'm from, B. I'm born and raised in Silver Spring, Maryland. This is where the politics live. I'm like, sign me up for this, boy. You got to be hollering, get at me. So, like, when all that stuff was going on, I was so pumped. I wrote an article about, did a video about it. I wrote a LinkedIn article about that very thing. I don't have time to show you now, but again, you could see it right there. So let me go back there because I might have threw you guys off. So I was fired up as someone who, let me put it back on the screen. I was fired up as someone who grew up playing linebacker in Maryland, scouted high school football, and built a business around leadership development through sports. This was right in my wheelhouse. I even wrote an article putting my name in the ring to be a part of that new governing structure. Why Trump and Saban just validated everything I've been building. And that was the article that I just showed you guys. All right. And guess what? It's official now. The NCAA announced a 2.8. No, I think it's actually 2.2. I'll make that adjustment, but it's a 2.28 or 2.8. I believe it is one of the two. So it's a $2.8 billion antitrust settlement. Schools can now pay athletes directly outside of NIL deals, and the new governing body, the College Sports Commission, has been formed. Here's their website. And yes, every single email that has been on this website, I went right here, and all of these people have already been contacted by me. I've already reached out. I've already, just sent introductory email. And, hey, my name's Aswan Cruikshank, is what I do. Is that I don't know where it's going, but I know it got sent out. Period. When I saw this, because if you look at the article, right? If you look at when this happened, this was May 10th, so about a little over a month ago, right? Basically a month ago. And then you see the fact that it actually happened just a month later. You start to realize, hey, put yourself in position, publicly align yourself so this stuff is available for whatever new sports commission, whatever new thing is there. Put yourself in position so they can go and see what you have, and then you guys can start the conversation. But again, if your stuff is not out there publicly, then it's like you're not even there. You're just having conversation within your private inner circles, and those conversations are not going to lead to the results you want. We're all about results. You gotta get in the habit of understanding the importance of results. And if you want the results that you say you want, you got to get out of your comfort zone. You got to go reach out to some people that you don't know. Go talk to strangers. Go read information and look at the way something is happening. Understand, I live in South Florida, and I saw that something was happening in Tuscaloosa, Alabama at a graduation, and President Trump and Coach Nick Saban, they having conversations about opening opportunities for folks who are thought leaders and know the college football game and what's going to be best for college football. I'm in South Florida hearing this, and I'm figuring out how I can get involved with that. That's what you have to do. All right. So this isn't just news. It's a wake-up call. Public alignment is no longer optional. All right. It's no longer optional. When we have the ability, now we have the technology to see what the current events are, see what's going on in other parts of the world, and asking ourselves, can we align with that? Can I get with that? Can that be something that I can contribute? Can I add value to it? Just add the damn value. Don't wait. Do not wait for somebody else to come and pick you and say, okay, now you have this title and you're able to do this. Just fucking do it. Just do it. All right. Just do it. Just absolutely take the initiative and do it. Take the initiative and do it so you don't have the issue of, oh, I got to find this one. And now when this one comes, I'm doing it. You got to fucking do it now. Do it on purpose. Do it on demand. One of the best things, and the reason I pay for every month, I pay for this platform called Go High Level. In fact, let me just show you guys real. It's been acting kind of funny on the Safari websites. It's been acting a little funny. Let's see if okay. So I pay for this platform named Go High Level, right? And it's cool. It's working on Safari. So I pay for this platform, and basically it's a CRM. It's a way of, you know, keeping all your leads and keeping track of everything that I'm doing, and, you know, everyone that I'm contacting, all the new leads. It's basically a funnel, right? And the reason and I'm not a technology guy. I hate, believe it or not, it really takes me some time to really develop when it comes to technology. But the reason that I absolutely love this platform is because whenever I run into an issue, they're available on demand. There are people who are available on demand. It could be 3 a.m. in the morning. It could be damn, you know, whatever time and during the day. There's somebody there available on demand that you could jump on a Zoom call with, and they can walk you through whatever issue it is you have. That's why I pay for it. It's very, very affordable, and it has helped my business get systematized from the time that I downloaded it, which is about, say, now maybe a 6 or 7 months now, because I remember it was around November time that I went to the Creators Fest, and this is when I downloaded Go High Level, and it has been a pleasure to have, right? So public alignment, going back to the article directly now, guys, public alignment is no longer an optional thing. It is a must. It is mandatory that you do it. You have to do it in some kind of way. All right. In an AI-driven, hyper-connected world, opportunity is everywhere. I'm gonna say that one again, folks. Let's say it again. Say it again, because we know it's coming. It's no longer. Matter of fact, it's no longer coming, and we've been hearing about this for months. Artificial intelligence, AI, is no longer coming. It's the next phase, and it's here. It's the next phase, and it's here. All right. And if you are not aligning yourself and figuring out ways to utilize AI, you're going to be the same idiots out there that waited too long to start using Facebook, or the same idiots out there that waited too long to start utilizing YouTube as a business tool, or utilizing the internet because you were too good for that. You were too grown for that. You had all the fucking answers, right? No. AI is here, and if you are not absolutely turning over your businesses and figuring out ways to align yourself and work with this AI-driven world, you're a damn dinosaur, and nothing you put out there is going to work. Nothing you put out there is going to sell. Say it again right now for the people in the back. All right? If you have yet to figure out how to align yourself and make it so you're turning over your business operations, turning your systems over to utilize AI and have AI be a part of your business and a part of your processes, a part of your structure, you will lose. You will lose, and whatever it is you're trying to sell won't sell a damn thing, because you're not utilizing the tools that are very much available, very much can be beneficial to you. Don't be stubborn. Don't be a stubborn person. You got to be very open if it means, you know, you're going to get the results that you want to get. But see, that's the issue. A lot of you guys don't know what the hell it is what the result is that you want. You just want money. Well, shit. No shit, Sherlock. Everybody needs money to survive. All right. If you go into a business meeting and then you are running in this, oh, I just want money, me. That's a horrible approach. You got to develop negotiation abilities. You got to develop skills in which we know, obviously, both of us are going to need to be financially compensated for what it is we're trying to do. But let's figure out how we can work together to make it so both of us are bringing something to the table, and there's a deal in place that we're both good with. All right. That's how you begin conversation. And the quicker you do that, then the quicker you get to the point where, okay, now you deserve X amount because I brought such and such to the table. You're bringing such and such to the table. This is the way the shit's going to be divvied up. That's business, man. That's how it works. So, yeah, and I'm bringing all that up because we are in a hyper-connected world. Opportunity is everywhere. The question is, can people find you? Come on now. Say it for the people in the back. The question is, can people find you? The question is, can people find you? Can they see what you're about? Can they tell without a doubt what you stand for? Can somebody right now that's looking for whatever it is you do, you got to put yourself in the shoes of a person that is desperate, looking for an individual that does what you do, can they find you if they looked you up? Can they find you and if they had the time, spend about 3 or 4 hours looking at all your work, getting a good read on you, making notes and saying, okay, that's the person I want representing my company. That's the influencer I want, wearing my brand, that person is retelling the story that I'm all about. And now we can conduct some business and we can figure something out, right? Do you have it publicly available? That's the question. All right. So now for me, here's how I align myself. Now I'm going to get into the answer. We got about 5 minutes here. I'm going to get into the answering of the question myself, because that's what we do. We put out the question. I tell you where it came from, and then I answer the question myself. All right. So here's how I publicly align myself. Number one, I run Film Session Saturday, breaking down college football to teach leadership and business lessons. Here's the YouTube channel for that. All right. Every single Saturday from the time that Ohio State won that national championship. And I hate saying it. It disgusts me to actually say it, seeing that I'm a Michigan fan. But I was missing college football so much that I decided to create this college football. You see, it's 4 months ago, right? That was the first one. I decided that I was going to just break down college football games. And because I just learned how to screen share and all that, it's called Film Session Saturday. And I decided that's what I was going to be doing. And you see every single Saturday it's come out. And not only am I able to watch the game, but I'm also able to now put my resume out, kind of a digital virtual resume out there, because my goal is to now become a play-by-play announcer for college football games. And when you get to that conversation, okay, is he qualified? Is he not qualified? It's like, look, it's all right there for you to look. And whether you get the position, it's really about having the dialogue more than anything, because the dialogue would be, and I've had this dialogue, so I know what I'm talking to you from experience here. The dialogue would be, all right, he wants to do play-by-play announcing for college football games. Let's say I have a conversation. Again, I've had this conversation with people, but have a conversation with somebody that can give me the opportunity, or can teach me how to develop that opportunity. They can simply look on YouTube. They can critique me. They can say, hey, you got to improve on doing this. You do a good job doing this, X, Y, and Z. And then over time, you start to develop your own brand, your own strategy towards doing it. And it makes it so you're that much more valuable when those contracts get offered. That's the power. All right. So that's number one. Next thing, the daily Move Swiftly thoughts. I post daily Move Swiftly thoughts after my workouts, because fitness, discipline, and mindset are non-negotiable. So again, you ask, does he work out? Let's say it's a fitness sponsor, somebody that's selling running clothes or running shoes, or anything that's in the running community. I will explain to them, you can simply look. It's been years now. Every single morning I take my run, see me a sweaty mess, giving my Move Swiftly thoughts that are raw, uncut, right there. And then I created the concept of Wintrepreneur, with someone with a vision strong enough to transform their job into a platform. Again, living proof. We showed it to you right here in the t-shirt. You don't just put a logo on a t-shirt and expect the shit to sell. That's not the way it works. You got to believe in your product. You got to believe in what you're wearing. You got to believe in what you're doing. You got to know it beyond knowing it. And then when your belief is so strong, so uncontrollable, so out there, then people buy. Then people start believing. All right. So when it's not just about throwing something on a t-shirt and expecting it to sell. All right. You got to believe in it. And the people that come into my world, they're now wintrepreneurs, and creating that mentality, creating that community of wintrepreneurs, mentally wintrepreneurs. That's what lands me those positions. And that's what it's all about. All right. So these are just content pieces. I'm finishing out here. These aren't just content pieces. They're receipts. So when decision makers at places like the College Sports Commission start searching for innovative minds who understand the game, they don't have to look far. This is the long game. This is long game leadership. Public alignment isn't about going viral. It's about being visible. Come on now. Public alignment is not about going viral. It's about being visible for the right reasons, to the right people at the right time. So again, I ask, how do you publicly align yourself? Drop your thoughts and tag someone. So that's what I'll close you guys out with that concept and that understanding. And tomorrow, I'll tell you a little bit about what we're going to be on for the entire week. Tomorrow, we're going to get into the top 5 reasons why I need to be doing something with the College Sports Commission. I'll break that down in the top 5 ways. And then Wintrepreneur Wednesday, I'm going to be showing you case studies of people who have publicly aligned themselves and how that led to positions that they have with ESPN and contracts and being, bought out, acquired, and all that. We'll be using, Pat McAfee, Rich Eisen, and JJ Redick, and even Lewis Riddick. These are podcasts. These are actually podcasters, commentators that are creating opportunities for themselves because their knowledge about what they're talking about, their expertise is publicly available for everyone to see, and they're able to control what goes on in the negotiating table and stuff like that. So we'll be breaking all that down on Wednesday. Again, main website to check out to dive deeper into all the work I'm doing. It is makeyourmove.com. That's MakeYamove.com. It's right here, your one-stop shop for all your teamwork and your self-development needs. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker. Checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.